Oppdal is a village and municipality in Sor-Trondelag County, Norway. It is part of the Dovre region and the traditional district Orkdalen. The administrative centre of the municipality is the village of Oppdal. Other villages in the municipality include Lønset, Vognillan, Fagerhaug, and Holan. The Oppdal Airport. Fagerhaug is located in the northeastern part of the municipality. The village of Oppdal is located at the intersection of the European Route E6 and Norwegian National Road 70 in the Drivdalen Valley. The Oppdal Station on the Dovre Line also is in the village. Oppdal Church is located just west of the village. The 3.43 square kilometre, 1.32 square miles, village has a population, 2013, of 4,088. The population density of the village is 1192 inhabitants per square kilometre, 3,090 per square miles. General information. Oppdal was established as a municipality on 1 January 1838. See Formannskapets district. The municipal boundaries have not changed since then. Name. The municipality, originally the parish, is named after the old Oppdal farm, since that is where the church was located. The Old Norse form of the name was Oppdala. The first element is UPP, which means upper, and the last element is DAL, which means valley, or dale. Historically, the name was also spelled Oppdal. Coat of arms. The coat of arms is from modern times. They were granted on the 19th of February 1982. The arms represent a junction. Since Oppdal is a major centre of commerce and transportation, three important roads going to Trondheim, Dombås, and Sundal saw across here, and historically the area was used for gatherings. Because of this fact, churches. The Church of Norway has 3 parishes, SOKN, within the municipality of Oppdal. It is part of the deanery, Prosti, of Gauldal and the Diocese of Nidaros. History. Oppdal is an alpine community which dates back to the Norwegian Iron Age. It is located at a crossroads for traffic from Trondheim, the Dovrefjell mountain range, and Sundal on the west coast. This is reflected in the 3 rays in the coat of arms. Oppdal was first settled sometime before 600 CE. By then there were about 50 farms in the area, and this number grew by about 20 more in the Viking era. There are remnants of over 700 pagan grave mounds from the time at Vang, in which jewellery and other pieces from the British Isles were found. This indicates that the area was relatively affluent and participated in the Viking trade. Much of the affluence was likely derived from the availability of game, both in the area and from nearby mountain ranges. Several game traps can still be seen in mountains around Oppdal, particularly ditches for reindeer. There have been more than 80 finds of at least 2 different types of arrowheads in the area. Archaeological finds in Oppdal indicate that there were less pronounced economic disparities than elsewhere in Norway. Communal efforts to hold off famine and share burdens appear to have been common throughout several centuries. During the Christian era, pagan shrines and grave mounds were replaced by churches and chapels. 5 rural churches were built in Oppdal at the time. In Vang, Albu, Lønset, Lo, and Nordskuggen. The Oppdal Church, built to replace an earlier stavkirke in 1653, stands to this day. Oppdal was a stop for pilgrims on their way to the St. Olav shrine at the Nidaros Cathedral in Trondheim during the Middle Ages. As a result of the heavy stream of pilgrims who followed the pilgrims' route prior to the Reformation, King Eystein erected mountain stations where the pilgrims could find food and shelter. Kongsvoll, located on the Driver River along the route where pilgrims passed from the Gudbrandsdal Valley into Oppdal, was one of these stations, and is still an in today. Drivstua, further north, was another. Oppdal was particularly affected by the Black Plague. which led to the abandonment of a number of farms. With a worsening of the climate, the community hadn't recovered 170 years later, and there were only 35 farms and 350 people left. Only one church at Vang was still in use. As late as 1742, people in Oppdal died of hunger. In the early 17th century, Oppdal's fortunes turned and population grew. By 1665, 2,200 people lived in Oppdal, and a new church was built at Vang, the Oppdal Church, which stands to this day. The Lønset Chapel and Fagerhaug Chapel have been re-established, and Oppdal houses several other religious communities. Since the 18th century, the inhabitants of Oppdal have made significant investments in education, leading to the establishment of several small rural schools and, recently, a high school. In the 19th century, increased fertility and reduced mortality led to population growth that could not be sustained by agricultural resources. Many became tenant farmers, and eventually a large proportion of people from Oppdal emigrated to the United States. The population decreased until 1910, when the railroad from Oslo to Trondheim via Dovre, the Dovre Line, created employment and opened the area for tourism. In 1952, the first ski lift opened, and with further expansions, Oppdal now offers one of Norway's largest downhill networks. In 2013, NRK said that a Labour Party politician was fighting against the establishment of a refugee centre. Geography: Oppdal is bordered by one municipality in Sor-Trondelag, Rennebu to the northeast, 3 municipalities in Møre og Romsdal County, Sør-Trøndelag to the north and Rindal and Sundal to the west, 2 municipalities in Hedmark County, Tynset to the east and Folldal to the south, and 1 municipality in Oppland County, Dovre to the south. European Route E6 passes straight through the commercial centre of Oppdal going north and south, and Norwegian National Road 70 connects Oppdal to Kristiansund in the west. The southeastern part of Trollheimen mountain range is located in the municipality. The municipality covers an area equal to the entire county of Vestfold. The administrative centre is at 545 meters, 1,788 feet, above sea level. In 2001, its drinking water was named the best in Norway. Most of Oppdal's area is mountainous, with large areas above the tree line, at an elevation of 1,985 meters, 6,512 feet. Storskrumten is the highest mountain in the county. Other mountains include Blauhø and Olmenberget. The Spelsalen Tunnel was a glacial formation near Blauhø. In the valleys there are creeks and rivers which are surrounded by spruce and pine woods. Closer to the tree line, birches dominate. There are several lakes in the municipality, the most famous being Geiravilvatnet, a particularly scenic lake with hiking and cross-country skiing trails around it. The Lake Funden is located in the southern part of the municipality. Heather and alpine meadows provide grazing for sheep in the summer. About 1,161 square kilometers, 448 square miles, of the mountains has been held since time immemorial as a collective almenning by farmers in the area, giving them the right to hunt, fish, and rent cabins. Climate: the climate is harsh, even by Norwegian standards. Among other things, snakes have never made it to Oppdal, and snow is not unusual on the 17th of May National Day celebrations. The climate is slightly continental with an average annual precipitation of only 500 mm, 20 in. Even so, the winters are not extremely cold. The January average temperature is -6.5 degrees Celsius, 20.3 degrees Fahrenheit, and July's average is 11.5 degrees Celsius, 52.7 degrees Fahrenheit. at an average altitude of 543 meters, 1,781 feet. Economy. The main industries in Oppdal today are agriculture, tourism, and some light manufacturing. It has the largest sheep population of any municipality in Norway, with 45,000 heads of sheep put out to graze in the mountains every year. It is one of Norway's best ski resorts and is surrounded by national parks. A slate quarry exists. Notable residents. The writer Inge Krokan was born in Oppdal, and the area is central to his work. The composer Harald Seether was born in Oppdal and lives there. Einar Ingvald Haugen, 1906–1994, was a Norwegian-American linguist, author, and professor at University of Wisconsin-Madison and Harvard University. Haugen was born in Sioux City, Iowa, to Norwegians from Oppdal. The woodcarver Bard Bjorndalsæter lives and works there. He partook in the carving of the organ in the historical Oppdal Church. Oppdal Weather and Snow Report. Norwegian. Sor-Trondelag Travel Guide from Wikivoyage. Municipal Fact Sheet from Statistics Norway.